Yeah, that's what we're hoping to see tonight. Toronto's Cardiac Kids have a chance to send the reigning back-to-back Cup champion Bolts to the Florida golf courses a little early with a win in hostile territory in Tampa tonight. And here to read the Maple Leaf tea leaves is TSN BarDown's Eric Kirk for our daily check-in. Eric, good morning.
Good morning, George.
Look, there's the people that look at the legacy stats, right? Like Leafs haven't won a cup in half a century plus, haven't won a first-round series, a playoff series since '04. But let's just look at these two teams as they're currently constructed, the cores, which you can go back, let's say, 4 or 5 years. The Bolts were the #1 team in hockey, President's Cup winners back in 2019. I mean, they were smoking everybody, and everyone was predicting Cup. They got swept in the first round, right, by Columbus. Now, this Leaf team that's been together since 2017, when it comes to games after a win in the playoffs, they're 1-8. Whereas Tampa, since then, since getting swept, they've never lost 2 in a row. Is there a there?
Oh, for sure. You have to take your bumps and bruises throughout the playoffs, and that's really what Tampa did with that sweep in Columbus. And Toronto's getting there. They've clearly rebounded from all of these losses after losses, and they took a 3-2 lead against Boston in 2019, lost in 7. Boston went on to lose in the Stanley Cup Finals. They took a 3-1 lead against Montreal last year, lost in 7. Montreal went on to lose in the Stanley Cup Finals. These are big-time losses against teams who had great playoff success that I really think will help the Leafs grow as a team.
You know, I'm a fan, so I watch through a different lens. But just as a Leaf fan, but as a fan of hockey, watching that last game, seeing them play some extended 5-on-5, which we haven't seen a lot of because there's been such a spate of penalties, I think I clearly saw, trying to be a little dispassionate, that the Leafs have an edge in skill and speed. And if they can just stay out of the sin bin, they can win.
We got to see Austin Matthews on the ice for an entire game. That was the big difference. He played over 23 minutes, the longest he's played all season. That's what the Leafs need. They have easily the best player on the ice in this series. And when he's on the ice, you can tell that the Leafs are buzzing. They dominated the second and third period, and just a display of shutdown defense to close out Game 5 there. I definitely think if they can keep it 5-on-5, they for sure have the edge.
If things get tight and there is more penalty action coming in, as an in-game adjustment, is there any chance a guy like Matthews could go on the penalty kill? I mean, look, the guy's a stud. To me, he's one of, if not the best forechecker on the team. I know he'd do it if they said go for it.
I think for sure. I think he would like to do it. I don't know if Sheldon Keefe wants to do it because they really want Matthews at 100% on offense. Defense, when you're on the penalty kill, your main goal is to kill the penalties. The Leafs are the best team in the league at scoring on the penalty kill, but that's really not your main goal. If you're just trying to get Matthews more ice time, then sure, you could throw him out there. But I think the Leafs have done a pretty good job at killing penalties so far, so I think they're okay.
Last thing, Eric. So what would you say is the secret sauce tonight to extend Tampa's championship window or to open one up for Toronto?
If you're Toronto, history does not bode well for you. They're 0-8 in closeout games since 2004. They've been to an elimination game for a winner-take-all elimination game since 2004, except for the Washington series. So Toronto really just needs to get out of their own head, play the hockey that they've been playing this season, this series, and really just close out the Tampa Bay Lightning, which would be the first time a team's closed them out in 2 years. And then Tampa, you're the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions for a reason. You've been here. You've been down before. You've taken losses. You know how to win this game.
Okay, let me ask you this last question quickly. In 3 years from now, which sports jersey in Toronto is going to be the biggest seller? Austin Matthews, Michael Bunting, Scotty Barnes, or Vladdy Guerrero?
So I think it's just between Austin Matthews and Vladdy Guerrero right now. And a lot of people, we actually had a conversation about this yesterday at TSN. Mitch Marner is such a relatable athlete to kids growing up now. But if you look at a player like Austin Matthews, taken first overall, 6'4", over 200 pounds, he's a specimen. Yeah, and he plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I keep forgetting
this doesn't happen often. Yeah. So I think you've got to go with Austin Matthews.
Awesome. Eric Kirk, great chat. Thanks so much. We'll do it again tomorrow.